Josh. Well, you've probably heard about the potential government shutdown just hours away. You're looking live at the U.S. Capitol, where a vote could happen within the next 15 minutes or so on a so-called clean 3-month extension to avert a shutdown that would happen late tomorrow night. Republicans went back on a bipartisan deal after comments yesterday from Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump. Jack O'Donnell is here with us live tonight. He's founder and managing partner at O'Donnell & Associates and always following all this. All right, here we go. We thought this was sort of settled, and then yesterday Elon Musk and the incoming president put some comments out on social media, and it's been sort of chaos ever since. I want to ask you about what the impact will be if we have a government shutdown, but what do you make right now of this sort of, you know, Hail Mary at the end here, hoping that they can pass this short-term clean bill?
It is. It's chaos.
Yeah.
Folks had worked for weeks, days, hours to build this bipartisan agreement that included a lot of extra things, and that was the objection. But part of those extra things are important, and they're important to different votes. And so we got to the point where it looked like things were moving. As you mentioned, some outside forces have kind of blown this up. All day long, I talked to members after they had left their caucus, whether it was on the Democratic side or the Republican conference. They don't know what's going to happen. Senators don't know what's going to happen. There is talk about this agreement on a clean, so-called clean CR, but it's not clean. It also includes an extension to the debt limit, some other things that President Trump has asked for just recently. I don't know that they have the votes.
Yeah, again, it could happen at 6 o'clock tonight, or the vote may not happen. Then you still have to have an agreement with the Senate. So we'll see what happens. I think it's important for people to know if we do have a government shutdown, it's sort of a partial shutdown, right? Some things are impacted. You're not going to miss out on Social Security checks, for instance, for older folks who are watching. But what is the impact if we cross that line and have a shutdown?
It really depends how far we go, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I think you said it very well. A lot of critically important essential services will continue, right? That means people will get their payments, the border will stay open, TSA agents will be required to report. A lot of that stuff goes on. Now, if this is a shutdown over the weekend, a few hours, a day or two, there's no big deal. The Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan group, suggested the last time there was a government shutdown for a couple of weeks, it cost the country over $3 billion, and that's before inflation and some other things. So a real shutdown, you know, there have been tweets about we should just shut down the government until January 20th when President Trump takes office. That would cost billions.
Well, in 10 seconds, do you think we cross the line tomorrow at midnight? Do you think we go to a partial shutdown?
I think we're going to have a partial shutdown tomorrow, yes.
All right, Jack O'Donnell, managing partner and founder of O'Donnell & Associates. Thanks so much for coming in. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.